Hi, angel friend. I'm Kathy, the angel speaker. Today, the angels want to talk about detaching from outcomes. In my 20 plus years of receiving guidance from the angels, I've been led to reach out to many different people. Usually it goes pretty well, but there was this one time when it didn't go well at all. The angels speak to me frequently in my dreams. I was out of town at a conference and I clearly saw a man's face in my dreams. I had no idea who he was. I'd never seen him before. This was the first time I ever had a dream like that. The next morning at the conference, the elevator doors opened and this man from my dream was standing right in front of me. Since nothing like this had happened to me before, I had no idea what to do. I'm sure you've heard of the responses fight, flight, or freeze. I froze. I don't have a poker face at all, so I'm sure I looked completely panicked because I was speechless. I didn't say anything to him at that point. I gathered myself together and I went to a quiet corner and prayed for guidance. I knew I was supposed to approach him, but I didn't know what to say. Walking up to a stranger and saying, "Hi, I saw you in my dreams last night," didn't sound like a good idea, but I couldn't think of anything else to say. I walked up to him and introduced myself. Then I simply said, "This may sound a little weird, but I saw you very clearly in my dreams last night." At this point, I was hoping maybe he would know why I was being guided to reach out to him. He eyed me for a moment and bluntly replied, "I'm gay and I have AIDS." Do you remember the Bible passage where the angel Gabriel visits Mary and she was surprised? And in the book of Luke, it says, she was startled by what the angel said and tried to figure out what this greeting meant. That's exactly where I was. My mind was racing. What did this greeting mean? How should I respond? Did we need to get our sexual orientations out of the way this early in the conversation? Nothing remotely brilliant was coming to mind. So I finally said, "I'm straight and I don't have AIDS," which was really far more of a question than a statement. In my mind, I was silently asking, is this the right answer? Apparently it wasn't, and he left. At this point, I was mortified. I felt like I didn't do a good job for God at all. I had walked up to a man I didn't know, obviously irritated him, and also obviously was of no help to him whatsoever. This did not go well. I sat down at a back table to ponder the situation. Now I was feeling like Moses in the book of Exodus, where he says, "Oh Lord, I'm not very good with words. I never have been, and I'm not now. I get tongue-tied and my words get tangled." My ego was having a heyday with me, and it was saying, "Well, aren't you a blithering idiot? Why did you think you were going to walk up to a stranger and say that?" Thankfully, there was also a very tiny part of me that knew I did the best I knew how to do. Also, thankfully, that little part of me knew that I needed to detach from the man's response. My only job was to do the best I could to connect with a person I had been guided to reach out to. I could not control his end of the interaction. At the end of the day, I was packing up my belongings and getting ready to head out of the conference. I looked up, and lo and behold, the man I saw in my dreams was standing right in front of me. He asked me if I'd be willing to read the manuscript he had written and was trying to get published. He wanted my feedback on it. I told him I'd be happy to read it. With that, we began a 2-month-long friendship. To this day, I don't know if I helped him or not, but I do know that he helped me and gave me a tiny bit more confidence in doing what God and the angels guide me to do. He also gave me a wonderful lesson in detachment, which to me means separating my ego and my feelings from any situation I find myself in. Friend, when you are in the world and you do the thing you feel God and the angels guiding you to do, please remember to back up and detach from the outcome. We don't know what's happening in another person's life, so we don't know how our words and actions might affect them. We can't envision the days, months, or years down the road and see what our impact may be on another person. Do what you're guided to do in love, then step back and trust God and the angels to do their part. Detach. God and the angels can handle it from there. I'm sending you the biggest hug and so much love. Please like, share, subscribe, detach, and we'll see you next time.